Hi everyone, this is Ammon W here, one of the administrators of Utah Students Connect, and I just wanted to do a video demonstration of kind of how to get started in the course. Once you've been enrolled in the course, then you'll go access your course by going to utahstudentsconnect.instructure.com and logging in with your credentials. And so in this case, I'm going to be using an email address, a Gmail address, enter the password that you've been given, and then log in. Once you log into the course, you're going to see your dashboard, and then any of the courses that you have will show as a tile here, and each course is a separate, each one of these tiles is a separate course. Another way that you can look at your courses is by selecting on the left Courses, and then All Courses, and you'll see all of your courses. Your current courses will be at the top, and if you have any past courses, they'll be under past enrollments, and if you have any courses that you're enrolled in for future terms, they'll be under future enrollments. And you can access the course by clicking on the title of the course. Once you're in the course, you have this is called the Modules page. Modules work as a checklist. You start at the top of the modules page, access all of the content, and then do everything in order. And so over on the right, there's a symbol that's a white empty circle, and that shows you that that's something that hasn't been completed. If you hover over that, that shows you the requirement that needs to be met, and you need to view that page. In each of the courses, there are the disclosure, orientation, and then a quiz that you need to take on the disclosure and orientation. And then there's also a discussion that you participate in called the About Me discussion. So let's look at what happens when you click on the disclosure. When you select the item, that will take you to the page. In this case, it's a link to a Google document that has all of the disclosure information for the course. And so you access that and view the contact information for your district representative and any of the other policies. And so once you view that, if you were to go back, and let's do that, go back to the modules page. Where there was a circle before, there's now a green check, and that shows that that page has been viewed. And when you complete an assignment or complete the requirements for an item in the module, that green check appears. And so you have some symbols here on the left that mean different things. The chain link kind of looks like a chain link. That's a link to an external URL or a web page. This symbol here that looks like a spaceship, that's going to be any quizzes that you participate in. This next one that looks like kind of a conversation bubble, that's a discussion that you're going to be required to participate in. And then you can see that underneath the assignment there are some point values associated with that item. And so the next thing that we'll show you how to do is to turn in an assignment. In some cases, you're going to, that's the next symbol is the page with a pencil or a pen, and that's an assignment. And so when you open up the assignment, that's where you'll find the requirements for that assignment. In many cases, there's going to be a paper that needs to be filled out, especially in math, or if there's something that needs to be signed by your parents, that'll need to be printed. And the way that you do that is you just print the file, and then you do the assignment, and then you're going to turn in an image of that. And so that's going to be done through your drive is the best way to do it. So the next thing that I'll show you how to do is to link your Canvas account with your Google Drive account. And so you do that by going to Account and then Settings. This is going to bring up some options. On the underneath Registered Services, if you haven't done this before, you'll see that there are no registered services. And so you won't be able to turn in assignments directly from Google Drive unless you register that drive. And so the way that we'll do that is by selecting under Other Services, Google Drive. And then we'll need to authorize the Google Drive. And then you might have many options. I'll select Arthur Reed, that's our test student. And then you'll need to allow. Okay, now that is underneath Google Drive is a service, and you can see that's the account that we selected. And so now you'll be able to turn assignments in directly from Drive. And so let's go back to the course by selecting Dashboard. And remember, you can also get there by selecting Courses, selecting the course. And now let's go pretend that we did a math assignment. And so where this over on the right, this is how we submit assignments, is by selecting Submit Assignment. Before we do that, we need to get the assignment into our Google Drive. And so what I always do is, to make sure that we keep everything correct, we'll go to the Drive account and set that up. For each of your courses, what I usually will do is grab the name of that course, and I'm just going to copy that by hitting Control-C. Now I'm going to go to my Google Drive, where I don't have any folders yet. I'm going to click on New, and then Folder, and then I'm going to name this folder the name of the course. And so I paste that there, and then hit Create. Now I open up that folder by double-clicking, and so now I want to create, now we have a place that we can put our assignments for this course. So now I go to that assignment, and then what we're going to pretend as a trial is that this assignment is a math assignment. And so this would work the same way for any assignment that you're going to write on paper. And so you print out the paper, and then, well, let's just say we did the math. So math goes there. And so now that assignment is finished, and we need to turn that in. Alright, so since this is a paper, it's going to be impossible to turn that in unless we submit an image of that. The easiest way to do that, if you have a scanner, you can do it that way, but the easiest way to do it is just to do it with a smartphone. And so what you'll need to do is download the drive into your on your phone. If you have an Android or an Apple phone, you'll just select that, and then open up your drive. Let's do that here. And so what you see now is that folder that we created is now in the drive on your phone. And so that's where you'll put that. Easiest way to do that is to open your camera, then take a picture, make sure you focus on that, take a picture of the document, make sure you hold it still and you have good lighting, and then go to the image, and the symbol on Android phone looks a little bit different than the symbol on an Apple phone, but on an Apple phone, so this is an Android, so it's this button right here, but if it's on an Apple device, it'll look kind of like, well, let's go to this page. It'll look kind of like a box with an up arrow, and that's going to be your share button. Okay, so if you select the share button, can we see that there? Then you select share. You have some options here, and so the option that you'll select is Save to Drive, and then it'll ask you where to put it. You select the account, and then you can share that document into that account. And then you select the folder, the course that we just created is there, and you hit select. And then you hit save. That's going to be uploaded to your folder in your drive. And so now once it's in drive, what we'll do is go back to your course, and we'll see if we open up the drive and we hit refresh. It sometimes takes just a second for it to upload, but we'll see that image that we just took a picture of, that page, is now there. And so then if we were to go to your assignment page, you'll select Google Drive. There's one more step we'll need to do here, and you only should have to do this once per account. You'll authorize this account to submit assignments. And again, we'll select the same account that we did before, and then allow. Now, if we should see our files there. If we hit Sandbox, and then that file that we just added is now there, we'll hit Submit, and then we'll hit Submit Assignment. And so it gives us a message that Canvas is currently processing your submission, and you can safely navigate away. And you'll hit OK. Okay, now that your assignment is submitted, over on the right-hand side, where it did say Submit Assignment, now it says Resubmit Assignment. And then over further to the right, it gives you the submission details, where it says the date of today, and then the submission details. If you were to click on the link, you can see you can download again the file that you just uploaded. And this is a good practice to do, is to just open up that file, and you can see that's the file that we just submitted. And so we can be sure that the assignment was submitted correctly because we can see that's what that file is. Another way to check that is to go to your grades page. Over on the left, you select grades, and it shows the details of all of your submissions. And so what this has over on this, it has a symbol now, where before there would be a dash or a score, and then for this one now there's a symbol. That symbol means that that assignment has been turned in. If we click on Turn in a Printed Page, that's the name of the assignment, again we can see the details of that file, and we could download that file. And so we know that that assignment is submitted and the teacher has access to it. This is also the submission details, where your teacher, you'll be able to see your grade, and also any comments that your teacher, any feedback that they give you, will be on the right hand side where it says comments. If you wanted to communicate with your teacher through the comments, if they wanted an answer, if your teacher asked you a question on a comment, you could respond just on that comment. So in the course, if you have any questions for your teacher, then you'll communicate with your teacher through the inbox in the course. And so to do that, you would select over on the left-hand side, Inbox. And this looks similar to an email inbox, but this is an inbox, a messaging inbox, just within Canvas. And so your teacher will receive it through Canvas as well. To send a message to your teacher, you'll select the icon that says Compose a New Message up at the top. And then you'll select the course. In this case, we only have one course, so we'll say Sandbox. And then who does it go to? Well, if we selected, the options would be students. If you wanted to email other students in the class, that's possible. But since this is a Sandbox course, there isn't a teacher for this course. If there was, you'd be able to select teacher, and then there would be your teacher's name, and you'd select the name of that teacher. And then you just type the message to the teacher that you want to send, or there's the option to record an audio or video comment. And to do that, so this would be if you don't want to type the message, but you want to explain something to your teacher, then you would select that, and then you would be able to record with a microphone or a webcam, and then send that recording. And so you can have conversations with your instructor, and whether it's typed or audio or video. And then they'll answer in the same way through the inbox in Canvas. And again, you always go back to either your dashboard or your courses, and then select the course, and it takes you back to the modules page. And so that's kind of the basics of getting started in Canvas, connecting your Drive account. The Drive really is the easiest way to submit assignments. If you have a Drive account through your school, or you can use that one, or if you don't, it would be a good idea to get a free Gmail account to make taking these courses a little bit easier. And so if you have any questions while you're in the course, you can always contact your district administrator, and I'll show you how to find that information. If you click on disclosure, we looked there before, but any questions, you can always refer back to the how-to guides. And so if you have questions about Canvas, you select contact information, your district administrator contact information, then go there. And depending on which district you're in, you'll find the name of the person to contact and their contact information. And we're happy to help you anytime you have questions, so feel free to call us or to email us, and we'll help you the best that we can. And so good luck on your courses. Let us know if you have any questions. Contact your teachers about questions having to do with the course content. So if it's a math teacher and you have a math question, contact them. But if you have a question about Canvas, about submitting assignments, about registration, then you contact your district administrator, and we are really happy to help you. And so contact us anytime. Okay, good luck in your course. Have fun.